Thanks for dropping in. Today is the first Halloween 3D Printy project for 2021. Last week I introduced several completely new shapes to the Twist Lock Trick Box. All the designs look like simple 3D printed boxes, but you can't open them by just pulling or twisting. Instead, you need to find the secret decorative topper piece and twist that. That opens up these latches, allowing the box to open. For Halloween, I'm adding a completely new design to the mix. And here it is, a small coffin which is perfect for hiding Halloween snacks. I've got all the parts right here, straight off the printer, so let's get to assembling this creepy candy keeper. You'll notice that all the parts still have brims attached to them. For me, that little extra adhesion it provides is well worth the extra plastic. Most of the time, the brim will just peel right off. If a brim doesn't come off easily, you can use a deburring tool to clear off the rest. As with the original Twist Lock Trick Box, you can choose between one of two different latch styles. There's the ones with the longer hook, which hold on more strongly, or there's the shorter hook, and that can just be pressed on. I'm going to use the shorter hook one. You'll notice that this piece here has two new tracks in it. That's for the topper to stay in alignment. If the spring pulls too tight, it will never overcorrect. First, I'm going to put the latches into the lid. Next, I'm going to attach this gear to the spring. This is typically a tight connection and doesn't require any glue. This is the most important and trickiest part. We're going to add the spring to the lid, but we can't just set it in there like that. The spring needs to be pre-tensioned, so it's always pulling the latches into the lid. The way we do that is make sure that the latches are in place, then rotate the gear in the spring one notch further than it wants to be by default. So notice that the spring looks like it's out of alignment with the rest of the top. Now we're going to just rotate, tension the spring until it snaps into place. You can tell it's pre-tensioned because the spring is a slightly different shape. Notice how the coil is a little bit tighter on the end here. Now let's test fit the topper to make sure everything's aligned correctly. I'm just going to place that onto the gear and push. And that seems to be working pretty good. Next, we absolutely must glue the spring into place. If the spring falls out, the mechanism might be permanently jammed with the whole container closed. Just a little bit of liquid superglue ought to do it. That looks good. And last but not least, we slap the lid onto the base. It feels a little bit empty though. Let's fill it up with some classic Halloween snack mix. Delicious. Tastes just like green face paint. Unfortunately, this design is a little small for my favorite snack, so I scaled up the design to 125%. It made a lot more. You don't need to do this two-color print, but I think it really makes the design pop out. Even better yet, it means you don't have to do any painting at all, and that's great for me. If you don't want to use the coffin-shaped topper, 125% scale is the perfect size to make this compatible with all the existing topper designs people have made. Or if you prefer, you can scale an existing topper down to 80% in order to fit on this standard size coffin. You may have noticed that these coffins have a bit of a rounded base. This is there for visual flair rather than accuracy. Either way, the box is stable either lying down or standing up. I've got a pretty good collection going, but I think I'd like one for storing more. This print is 250% scale, and it could hold bags of candy. When you close it, it makes a real satisfying clunk. That's it for Twist Lock Coffins. Which color scheme did you like best? In 2 weeks, I'll be back with another Halloween design. but not a twist lock box. Would you like to influence which direction the project goes next? Comment below with your favorite Halloween monster. Ghost, skeleton, vampire, zombie, or something else. Until then, happy printing and thanks for stopping by.